We are live, ladies and gentlemen, live here. Probably one of my favorite weeks. Let's see as we get done. Hopefully, you fellas can hear me. Are y'all both there? Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Coming through loud and clear.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, today we're doing a one big fire interview with my buddy Steve Whitlock out of Silicon Valley. How you doing, Steve?
Doing great, Michael. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Thanks so much for jumping on. This is really exciting. I told Woods the other day, I said, with a lot of the things we've been doing over the years, I remember me and you trying to work together for quite some time. But it's so awesome to be finally in partnership with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm enjoying it.
Awesome. So tell us about the market out there in Silicon Valley.
Well, like all the markets, it paused for a little bit at 2018 going into 2019, and 2020 started catching back up. We saw a lot of activity, the buyers coming off the fence, interest rates going down, and we were just rolling. And then the shelter in place hit, which slowed us down for probably about 45 days. Volume went down by about 52%. But contrary to most people's belief, the prices did not go down. So 45 days after that, the buyers started coming back out. Interest rates went down even further. And now we're looking at real good activity. It's a little different doing business in this environment. There's a lot more paperwork and things you have to do. But at the end of the day, the buyers are there and homes are selling. We're looking at multiple offers again, real healthy real estate market.
That's awesome. Well, one of the things that, I think when we first started working together, you've always been really growth minded. And recently we partnered up. For anyone who doesn't know, if you're looking at growing your business, go check out Double Your Business Live. You can go to doubleyourbusinesslive.com, where we really focus on helping agents with growing their business. And Steve, you jumped on that training. Obviously, you've been through a lot of trainings. You've been to a lot of the live events we went to. Give me some of your feedback of what you felt like after you went through the Double Your Business Live training, the new iteration of the training that we did last month.
Well, the reason why I've always tried to do business with you and tried to get with you guys is because I always see you guys as cutting edge, developing before anybody else is developing, coming up with ideas and not going about it just halfway or having a concept, but developing it fully and documenting it and giving us an educational tool that we're able to then grab onto and implement. And the outlines and the platforms that we're using are so much more advanced than any other company. And I've been with 10 different companies over the years. I've been doing this 17 years, and I've never worked with a company before that actually delivered on the biggest promise, which is creating more business for me, right? Actually creating business. Every other company is about, we've got all these tools and this and that and the other, but no business creation. It's up to you as the agent to come up with the concept and to create the business. With your guys' partnership, I see, you're giving me tools that I implement, and those tools actually create more clients and lead to escrows. Having 2.5 million in escrow right now, and about 2 or 3 million on the books that are going to be in escrow in the next month when we're in the middle of a pandemic is a pretty big statement,
Yeah, one of the things that I think you pointed out to me is, and a lot of people don't know this, one of the things that I'm excited that the timing was right this time. Obviously, it was a big decision for you. You were at Compass, right?
I was, yeah.
Yeah, so you were at Compass, you moved over, partnered with us. And I remember on our very first call, obviously I respect you because one thing that you do different than most people is you're pretty decisive. I thought of you because you might not remember, you reached out to me about some new construction stuff you were doing years ago.
Absolutely.
And so when we saw the new construction really taking off, I reached out to Woods and said, man, do you think a new construction funnel would work because right now we're seeing it work in Portland, we're seeing it work in Orlando, Dallas, Minnesota, everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But Silicon Valley is one of those markets. You have a very sophisticated homeowner, potential homeowner, and a very competitive market. And so, not that anybody else is not sophisticated, but these people are really tech savvy, and by default. And there's so many options that they're aware of that other people don't know. They probably, have apps about real estate that we don't even know about as real estate agents. And so, anyway, one of the things that we did out of the gate was make sure that we got your funnel. Can you kind of talk to us about how your funnel's been operating, at least building your pipeline with the lead generation side of things?
Right. So, from day one, Woods and I sat down. He walked me through, educated me on the whole process, and built the process in the funnel right in front of my eyes, which gave me the ability to not only understand it, but to be able to implement it. When we were done with the educational part, it was launching the funnel. And from week one, we were getting 6 to 8 leads a day, and the cost was around $3.15 a lead, which is phenomenal considering that the average price here in Silicon Valley is about 1.4 million. So you're looking at, $30K per deal.
Was your phone ringing?
Oh yeah.
How long did it take for the phone to start ringing?
Well, the second they reviewed and approved the ad that day, so the following day after we launched it and it was approved, it instantly has been ringing since. I mean, I'm out here in my home office, right? And I know when it's 8 o'clock because my phone rings every day, and it's stacked up from the people who had gone in there and are before the guideline of when I can call them, right? And it's stacked up, and usually I'm fielding 3 or 4 calls first thing at 8 a.m. And then they trickle in the rest of the day, and I'm averaging 5 to 8 leads a day, and a lot of them are solid leads that are, because of the nature of new construction, a lot of people are not first-time home buyers. They actually own a house and they're upgrading. So you're not only looking at buyer leads, but you're looking at seller leads, and having the ability and the NAEA know-how to speak to them about selling their house for up to 18% more. You're able to convert that to, a buyer and a seller, which is, trying to nail down that seller lead part of it, and coming at it from this direction is key. I mean, seller leads are tough, and this is not a tough way to generate seller leads. It's a process that's working, and I'm impressed without a doubt.
Well, it's been super fun, man. I mean, I think, one of the things that I loved about working with you is, and this is something that's kind of not unique with a lot of our partners, is that you had already been coached and trained on all of our systems that usually we're teaching to our new partners too. You had already kind of had the foundation in place because you've paid a lot of money over the years to learn that, right? And to learn the systems and everything. So when we were able to just kind of turn on funnels and get things flowing, we knew that there was going to be that you had that foundation in place with all the training that's provided by NAEA, the proven repeatable system backed by market research to sell your home for up to 18% more than the methods used by traditional real estate agents.
And you should go into real estate.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was really fun for me. And I think that was, that was just cool to kind of see you really hit the ground running. It's always good to crack a funnel right off the gate, especially in Silicon Valley. It's always tough there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
yeah, I mean, I just, I still have my first placemat from NAEA, and it's 2014. So I know there's other people who have been around longer than me, but the 2014 placemat is on my wall inside my office, and I'll keep that forever because it taught me the tools. Like you said, I did hit the ground running. I did make some mistakes the first week, and it was just, I don't know, kind of refiguring out, 45 days of being in shelter in place and kind of, deciding where I was going to go because it wasn't going to be Compass. And I kind of got, they bought out my company, which was the market share in the area. They wanted market share, so they just bought the company. And so anyway, I had to figure out a place to go, and then coincidentally enough, I get an email from Michael, and it's like, you know what? I think I'll talk to Michael. And like you said, I'm pretty decisive. It was one of those phone calls that you had me after hello. Definitely.
That's awesome. Well, let me ask you this. So a lot of people don't know, a lot of people have no idea. And to be honest with you, for 3 years, you won't find a lot of interviews out there with me really talking about what we've been doing as far as the partner platform. And rightfully so, because to be honest with you, we're so focused on helping the agents. Our philosophy is if we can provide more value to the agent than anybody else, then obviously we can create more value in the marketplace. And so to me, I tell people the seller is not my customer. The buyer is not my customer. You're my partner. One of the things that we focused on was building your website, building your funnels. With that aside, what things about EXP, you'd obviously heard about EXP before, I reached out to you. A lot of people don't understand it's a platform that aligns our interests to yours so that we could do all the things that we used to do without charging a dime. Would you feel like you've had more connection with us than back when you used to pay us versus now?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anytime I'm either stuck or I want to implement something new, I get on Wood's calendar and we do it. That's what I tell the agents I'm talking to about potentially coming over to EXP. I say, hey, listen, I'm talking to a guy that is very, very successful, one of the top marketers in the country when it comes to real estate. Okay. And, normally this would cost me thousands of dollars each consultation. This is all part of the deal. He's my partner now. So if I have an issue, I jump on his calendar and we get on a Zoom call and he teaches me how to do it while implementing it. It's not a here, watch this video and try and figure it out. It's we're building it together on a Zoom call, sharing screens, collaborating, and bouncing stuff off of each other to come up with a campaign that we can implement right then, not in a couple weeks, couple months. And it's not a maybe because it's stuff that's working in other markets with other successful realtors.
Absolutely. So let me ask you, what was one of the biggest, as far as maybe the biggest, I mean, honestly, it's so hard because you were so decisive. I think you were looking for a better way. And I think you just, you understood the opportunity and the value out of the gate.
Absolutely. I mean, just to do like a comparison, Compass came and the president and CEO of Compass came and gave us the pitch at our office meeting. I was impressed with that. It's a big corporation. We were an office of 120 people, and he came and addressed us. And the technology and the 450 engineers working at Compass, all of that, I'm like, wow, I can throw away my CRM. I can, everything's going to be given to me, and I'm going to start getting leads instantly. And then, so the difference between the speech and the implementation, I looked at their CRM. My CRM that I was using was more advanced. Every single tool that they were giving me for free was worth the price I was paying, which was nothing. If you want a fancy newsletter you can put out every month, that's great. You can do that. But if you want clients, if you want clients, that's not EXP, but it's the partnership with you guys that gets me clients. I'm impressed with EXP because of the design of the company, the base EXP model. It's, it couldn't be more perfect. It was designed to be virtual. The whole company was designed so you can work from your own home office, and now we're forced to. So the rest of all the companies are playing catch up, and their tools are not even close to designed to work from home. And they don't produce clients. They produce, fancy stuff that maybe every once in a while you'll get somebody that says, hey, I like your newsletter, but I already have a realtor, so.
That's awesome, man. Well, I know one thing. I know we're really excited. A lot of people don't realize, and I think one of my hardest jobs is letting people know that it is the model. People don't understand it's a platform where our interests are aligned. You know, there were times that you came to me and over the last couple of years and said, "Hey, let me join Mastermind," right? And I want to pay you $2,000 a month, and I would have to come back and say, "Hey, Steve, you can't join. It's area exclusive," right? And that's not that conversation can happen.
Not mentioning any names, but yeah.
Yeah, but that conversation happened. And so, you know, this is more collaborative where, you know, when we partner with somebody, it's everybody is aligned and directionally aligned, compensated, their compensation is aligned. And, you know, one of the reasons why I've enjoyed working with you is because you can take action. You know, you can't make people realize that there's a better way. You know, you have to have people who've actually are out there, seekers and growers, and looking for that better way. But when we find those people, you know, I feel like we can help them win bigger and faster by helping really take a lot of those things that might take them weeks or months or maybe never to figure out, and help them get on that call, and at the end of that call help them have that up and implemented. And that is why I reached out to you. I didn't only reach out, I thought of you, the speed of our conversation. And I was really thinking, you know, if someone was going to interview somebody who recently partnered with us, who would be those individuals that I feel like I could do that 60-day, 6-month, and 12-month and show? Because it's just the math right now. You're generating more leads right now. You have better follow-up systems with the higher connect rate. You were already trained. If you weren't trained, you know how qualified the training we would provide is, because you've already been through it. And so it's bringing this awareness into your marketplace. Where do you see, well, let me ask this question a different way. Knowing what you know now, after already making the move and partnering with us, if you could go back and whisper to yourself in the ear a year ago, what would you have done differently?
So I made the decision not to join a year ago based on a relationship with my broker at the time, who was a great guy. He's still one of my best friends. And I went to him and his ownership group and said, listen, these guys know what they're doing. They've converted their brokerages over to EXP. And if you don't do this, I can see the writings on the wall. You're gonna end up losing your money at your brokerage that you're trying to run by old school methods. And I saw that first the coffee stopped. We no longer had coffee service at the office. Then the desk phones stopped. And then all of a sudden we get an announcement, oh yeah, we just got bought out by Compass, right? If I would have made this move a year ago, I would probably have converted, I would say 8 to 10 agents and have them up and running by now. And I would be in the position to be the CEO of my business right now and doing more of the stuff I enjoy, which is meeting with clients, and less of all the other stuff. Have a full-time ISA in position right now, have an assistant in position, work, 2 to 4 hours a day, and then the rest of the time spend with my son on the golf course where I want to be, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
About quadrupling my income.
Well, man, I'm so glad, brother. Yeah, I'm so glad you did it. And man, I do really appreciate, the alignment and the partnership. I know that, me and Woods talk about you all the time. And the crazy thing is, man, if it works in Silicon Valley, it's going to work. It's going to work in your market, right?
Yeah, let me talk to that real quick, because we have, over the years we've known each other, when I've gone to the events and the boot camps, stuff like that, it's always been a matter of, okay, it's on fire in other parts of the country, but will it work in the most difficult real estate market where I have 14,000 other realtors who are competing against me, right? And I've tried a whole different slew of things that everybody's, the neighborhood ninja, the smart targeting, the cold calling, the everything, right? And comparing that to what we've got going right now, this is working in Silicon Valley, and it's working really good. And if it can work here, it can work in any market, without a doubt. Because the difference is, if the people and the cultures, like in Dallas, right? People are just nicer. I'm sorry, but they are nicer, and there's more loyalty. Here in Silicon Valley, every single person knows 3 to 4 realtors. you've got to have something. You've got to have a why that they're going to use you, and not their buddy that they had dinner with last night, or their next door neighbor, or their cousin, or their niece, because they all have real estate licenses, right?
Right.
And so having these tools and having the training and the ability to address pretty much anything that comes at me on the phone gives me that advantage. And when I can not only say I can sell your house for up to 18% more, but I can show them my past sales over the 5 years, which I've been using the NAEA methods that show that I'm actually selling homes for 12 to 30% higher than a traditional realtor. Proof's in the pudding. It's right there. There's the sale.
Yeah.
No
I
question.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, listen, if y'all want to find out what are the best offers working right now across North America, from Silicon Valley, Oregon, Orlando, Florida, we have a training that walks you through the offers that we're talking about with Steve that are working so well. We walk you through it step by step. Go to doubleyourbusinesslive.com, get registered for the training. When is the next training? It's in tomorrow, right? Or
we've got one coming up this week.
Yeah. So there's one this week and there's one next week. So just go to doubleyourbusinesslive.com, get registered for the training. Steve, I'm so glad to be partnered with you. Really excited to be working with you. Appreciate you. And, can't wait for this thing to kind of, some of these other things. One of my favorite things about real estate has always been being able to meet between the whistles at those live events. So I can't wait for those live events to come back so we can sit down and get face to face and, hang out again.
Yeah, even better. Like I told you guys, as soon as this thing's over, you're going to come out to California. I'm going to fix you a real brisket. I know you guys in Texas think you can do brisket, but
All right, I'm down for that.
Yeah, we'll be there, brother. We will be there. I'm excited for it. And I'm excited too, man. I just got one last question, man, before we jump off here. I mean, obviously we love partnering with you, right? And I know that, you're excited about growing your business. I obviously you're my partner. I'm familiar with your goals and really expanding and having the opportunity to partner with more people and bring other people into this partnership. What is your confidence level in terms of, being able to introduce somebody else to this model and to this partnership and bringing them in, letting us train them, get all their systems up and help them get rocking just like you.
Yeah, I mean, my confidence level is like 110%. I've got 4 realtors right now that I'm grooming and I needed to prove the model first, right? I need to be able to say, okay, here's the leads, here's the ones that are in escrow, here's the ones that have closed, and the confidence in you guys, my partners, to be able to help me onboard them and create the exact same kind of repeatable system for them is very high. And I'm ready to just knock it out of the park and build a huge successful partnership of agents here in Silicon Valley. And
So how can people get a hold of you if they want to reach out to you?
You can always just dial me on my cell, 408-206-4142. I'm always available.
All right, Woods, you can drop that in the comments. You reach out to Steve if you want to ask him questions, find out what's working. Feel free to, again, go take the class, doubleyourbusinesslive.com. Everybody, y'all have a great weekend. Steve, Woods, thanks so much for taking the time to jump on today. We'll drop Steve's contact information in the comments, and we'll drop a link to the training as well. And all right, man, I look forward to catching up with you, Steve, soon.
All right. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Woods. Appreciate it, guys.
See you guys.